Hello everybody. In HBM mod there's an item called the combination oven. This device is used for many processes, and today we'll be looking at quite a few. First off, we'll start with oil from coal. Alrighty, so we need to begin by finding a source of coal. We will need a shredder with dash blades, 2 of them. Shift click both in. We also need a press. Now we can connect these via a hopper. This allows us to shred coal into coal powder and then stamp it with a flat stamp to get coal briquettes. Now you can attach this to a power grid of any way you want. There we go. I will use an electric heater for now because this will be much easier. We will use an industrial generator with a water barrel to generate power from some byproducts. First we'll set our fluid ID to coal gasoline. Insert the fluid ID into the red slot. That sets it to cool gasoline. Add in the fluid barrel of water. This adds infinite water. Now we need to add fractioning towers. 2 different ones. The first one runs coal tar creosote. The second one will run coal oil. We now add a pipe for coal gasoline. This will take coal gasoline into the generator. Keep in mind, you can also add pipes underneath for different things. For example, lubricant. I will use a mass storage unit for infinite amounts of coal. However, you can just bring coal to this. You could even use nether coal, which would be even more optimal. We can toggle output on infinite mode. And we will now start the process using a heating oven, running coal. This should start the process, and will generate our coal tar creosote. The shredders consume... Oh no. I just now realized we need to add coal into the generator first. Adding coal to the generator, we are now generating heat at the electric heater. We are achieving a massive amount of heat inside the combination oven. This is creating coal coke. You can add conveyors to pull this out and put it into this machine if you wanted to, or put it back into the heating oven. It depends on how you want to do things. You can even use this to power steel. What's most important is the bitumen byproducts. It can be cracked for more oil. As you can see, coal gasoline is being sent to the generator, and we are now having infinite amounts of power. In order to compensate for this, we will get a screwdriver. This screwdriver will make things go much faster, trust me. Watch this. I can now increase the heat to maximum temperature. This will consume a lot of energy, but don't worry, it's worth it. As now, we are running out of energy inside the machine. I probably shouldn't have had it so high, because now all our machines won't be working. Let's try this at like 300. That should be much better. As you can see, it should now be... Oh no, it's still consuming too much energy. 200 is the max, it would seem. And oh my gosh, it's overfilling. We will use a conveyor to extract from there and insert coal coke into a dash crate. This will solve our massive problem. Oh wait, you can't do that. You have to have a conveyor belt between them. Oh wait, what if I told you there's a better way of automating oil than this? That's almost practically identical. We will now take a heating oven. We will put a combination oven on top. We will now do the exact same setup as before, using this, as well as the shredder. The setup here is going to create charcoal from wood. It's almost identical, except it's much easier to automate, as you don't have to go mining for coal. For wood, you can just automate it. Now the difference between this system and the previous one is that you need a cracking tower. This cracking tower should be set to wood oil. It will take wood oil from the heating oven, crack it down into heating oil and aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons can be used to power part of the process. This part is very important. Is production of steam for the cracking tower. We need aromatic hydrocarbons inside of a fluid burner. This will give us a very good yield of energy to boil water with. We will use a condenser on the side of the cracking tower, and then we will add a water pipe. This pipe takes water from the condenser, puts it in the industrial boiler. The boiler produces steam. We must turn on the boiler for it to do so. Now we must set up the next stage. For this, we will coke heating oil into petroleum coke. This part, you must remove the petroleum coke in order to maintain the process and not lose aromatic hydrocarbons. Make sure to turn on the fluid heater, otherwise you'll have problems later. The final step in this process will yield cracked oil. It all depends on the production of coker oil. We'll set this pipe to coker oil, set the fractioning tower to coker oil. This produces heating oil, which can then be sent back into the machine. The other byproduct, cracked oil, can be processed further. However, we won't go into detail about that. All you need to know is that this can produce oil from wood. Now it's time for a demonstration. We will begin by shoving in wood. We will shove in all of our wood. We will shove in several stacks of our wood. This is a lot of wood. Each one becomes 4 powder. The powder is processed in a stamp, pressed down into briquettes, ready for processing further. We now need to put in some coal to power the heating oven. This will begin the process. Okay, now that we've added water into the boiler and everything is running, you can see that wood oil is being cracked down into heating oil, processed at the coker unit, and then processed into cracked oil, which you can process further into rubber, polymer, and various other products. This is truly one of the most weirdest ways of getting oil in HBM mod. I always thought that this method was even weirder. However, this one seems to be the weirdest so far. Tell me what you think down below. Is this the weirdest method of getting oil that you have ever seen?